y'all, welcome back. We're going to be planting some blueberries today. The first step is going to be getting our containers ready, since we don't have acidic enough soil to have successful blueberries in South Carolina. So give me a second and we'll be right back and we'll show you some more. We're going to be drilling holes so that they drain well, because they don't like a lot of water, but of course they love what they do need. So we're going to make some good drain holes, and then we're going to be covering them in some hardware cloth. Since we seem to have an abundance of mice and rats around, we don't want them crawling in, digging up our roots, and making a big mess in our blueberry pots. Okay, so as you can see, we have used, we had some hardware cloth. We made, what are those, 1/2-inch holes in the bottom for the good drainage. We covered the holes up with little squares of hardware cloth so that no mice or moles can get in, because we do have a problem with that, even though the cats try to help us keep it down. So then next is the mix that we're going to put in to make sure that it is good and acidic for our blueberry plant. All right, so we're going to get our soil, our so-called soil, ready for the blueberry bushes. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix 1 part sphagnum peat moss, because it's higher in acidity, and 1 part pine nuggets, and we're going to wet it down really well. All right, so I'm using an old 5-gallon bucket to measure out what I have. This is 1 bucket full of pine nuggets, 1 bucket full of the sphagnum peat moss. Both of my buckets with my sphagnum peat moss and my pine bark nuggets are in my little yard cart that I have used for years and years. But now I'm going to wet it really well, and then I'm going to show you and mix it all up and show you what that looks like. All right, so we've got our buckets set up, and they have the little screen over in case any little critters come up through the ground. And then we have our 1 part to 1 part that we're gonna mix up with water really well. All right, we're not gonna do too much, but we're gonna do just enough so that that is pretty moist. There we go. That should be good enough for that. All right, so we've gotten all of that into our bucket, and then this is just a good all-around fertilizer. We end up using a spuma garden tone for all of our stuff, just like all of it. Now I'm gonna sprinkle about a tablespoon of soil acidifier around in there, and then we're gonna mix this all in, and that should be good for our little blueberry bush transplant here. We're just going to use about a tablespoon of just some basic soil acidifier that we get at the store. We tend to get a lot of Espoma products. They work really well for us. All right, so I have all of that mixed in, and then I have the hole ready to put our little blueberry bush in. Well, there goes Karen Kitty. Oh, he's sneaking off to go find another adventure. All right, so we have the one, I believe what we have is Blue Crop and a Patriot blueberry bush, but this one is the Patriot. Now we're just gonna water our blueberry bush in, and we're gonna let him grow. And that is it for getting the right acidity level for your soil, for your blueberry bushes here in South Carolina. This tub is plenty big enough where the roots can get nice and big, and that plant can grow to full potential of about 7 to 10 feet, something like that. And that is it. Give us a like, a subscribe, thumbs up. Talk to y'all soon. Thanks.